Jan, Diane, President Dunn, Dan Moore, Tricia, and our Valley Dining Center students. Okay, well, good afternoon. I'm Judy Gipper, Director of Dining Services, and I'd like to welcome you to the Valley Dining Center today. Our university, community, and project partners gathered in June 2015 for the formal groundbreaking, and again in November for the topping out ceremony, where we watched the final steel beam be placed and welded into place. Here again, we gather to cut the ribbons and formally unveil Western Michigan University's Valley Dining Center. There are so many people that I would like to thank that were part of the visioning, the planning, the construction, and opening that have made the Valley Dining Center a reality. You applied your best thinking, gave your full efforts and commitment to assure the best possible outcome. I hope that each of you that worked on this project continue to feel pride and your sense of ownership that was apparent throughout your work with the Valley Dining Center. Much has changed and is changing in dining services as we serve students and university guests within the 9 micro restaurants of our new facility. What has not changed is dining's passion for serving delicious food and assuring that guests have a great experience. I truly want to thank all of the dining services for being the cohesive, committed, and hardworking team that brought us here. The Valley Dining Center is truly a beautifully conceived and expertly designed facility. I want to thank the talented professionals from the Detroit-based architectural and planning firm Smith Group JJR. I'd like to now introduce the Senior Project Manager on the Valley Dining Center and Principal with Smith Group JJR, Tricia Beck.
Well, thank you very, very much for allowing us to be part of this wonderful project that will be the spark to breathe new life into the Goldsworth Valley neighborhood. We're grateful for the opportunity to have worked with so many amazing people that were part of the Western Michigan University team. Their integrity, genuine desire to better the experience for students, and their push to create a place that has less impact on the environment made for a really amazing journey. I was asked to briefly share about the concept of the building and to highlight some of the sustainable design strategies for the dining center. The architectural concept is the notion of flow both around and through a fixed object. The pedestrian and vehicular traffic are the flow, while the building is the grounded permanent object that everything flows through and around. So the building shape itself is somewhat symbolic of an outcropping of rock along the water, and how convenient to have the water right here. The concrete panels are a loose metaphor for the strata, and the bright metal color is the carved area. So it's like cutting into a mineral rock or a precious stone. The large stair opening accentuates the flow from housing to campus, and it's intended to amplify the notion of pedestrian movement. The pattern of the glass acts as a shading, but it's also set up for a moire pattern, so when you're driving by, there's that hint of movement and flow again. So the facility features a wide variety of sustainable design strategies. I'm just going to touch on a few here. It's not only the overall planning considerations that were taken into the building, but it's also the materials and the recycled content. So the goal is to achieve LEED Silver certification, and we're on that path. And I'm not ready to share yet, but we're trying to push beyond that. There are chairs inside made from recycled soft drink bottles and brooms. And there's reclaimed wood tabletops and reclaimed wood wall panels. The water runoff from the roof in this whole area goes to a bioretention rain garden, and it will be filtered by native plants when they become mature. There's a food pulper inside and a water extraction system that's actually going to reduce the typical food and scrap waste by up to 87% and to save up to 83% of the water by extracting and reusing it. Western Michigan University is a leader at putting students first, and this facility is tangible proof. So I just want to offer my personal thanks to each member of the Smith Group JJR design team, along with our food service design consultants and Baker Group. Can everyone give a little bit of a wave? And if you could help me in recognizing them, I sure would appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tricia. We were very fortunate to have an intelligent, capable, and fully committed construction management firm to build the Valley Dining Center. This is a very complex facility in its design, its engineering, its control systems, materials, and functionality. I want to thank the Chrisman Company for getting this project done on time and under budget and to our high standards. I'd like to introduce Dan Lamore, Senior Vice President with the Chrisman Company.
Thank you, Judy. As a builder, it's common for us to be able to have opportunity to have input during the design phase. And we offer ideas, cost and creative ideas and constructability and things like that. But in a support role, we're not the designer. We support and hopefully enhance the design. During that design phase, we heard a couple of really key themes. First is we want to have excellence in dining services for Western Michigan and be the very best that we can be, and also be competitive with all the other universities, which we've done that. And second is to have an iconic structure on the campus. And so when I look around and when all of you go inside, I would say absolutely mission accomplished. It's just truly amazing, and I'm anxious for all of you to see that. It's just beautiful. It's truly a transformation of the dining services at Western. But also as a builder, every day I get up and I go to bed and I think about buildings. And I have to stop and think that today's not really about a building. Today is about what we've accomplished for Western and what Western does with this building moving forward. So this building is a tool. It's a mechanism for success. And so I have to reflect on more important things, such as the people at Western that help create the success. And the culture here at Western, the desire to be the very best that you can be and to be highly successful and to be very competitive. The people here at Western have been just tremendous to work with. They've just made us successful. They've helped us every step of the way. They've supported us. They've helped us be successful even despite of our own shortcomings as builders and dealing with rain and materials and all the things that we deal with. So it's been an amazing experience, and we're truly grateful to the dining staff and administration and the facility staff for helping us be successful. We look forward to you being able to use it as a tool for Western success in the future. So thank you very much.
Well, the Valley Dining Center is about students and their experience and success at Western Michigan University. This directly links to my vice president, who is all about our students and their experience and success at Western Michigan University. It is with tremendous pride that I introduce my vice president, the Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Diane Anderson. Good afternoon and welcome to the new gorgeous Valley Dining Center. I have the privilege and honor of serving as the Vice President for Student Affairs, and I cannot tell you how delighted I am to welcome you here today and how thrilled I am that this day is finally here. It is important to me that you know about the behind-the-scenes work that occurred to bring this building to fruition. This work actually began in 2008 with the development of an integrated planning and budgeting model that allowed a core team of individuals to set aside dollars to dedicate toward new and renovated housing and dining on our campus.
as part of a comprehensive housing and dining strategy that addresses all facilities. A collection of projects tagged Plan 2015 was developed. The concept of residential neighborhoods emerged with that thought that each neighborhood would have something unique and distinctive that would take advantage of the surroundings and build a strong sense of community. This is where the idea of the Valley Dining Center was conceived. As a bit of a refresher, first there was Bistro 3 in Davis Dining, then the Western View Apartments Phase 1, Western View Apartments Phase 2, followed by the Community Center. Then last year we opened the Western Heights Residence Halls, serving primarily first-year students, and now this year the Valley Dining Center. The following goals were established for this project, and I think it's important that you hear these goals, because as you walk through the facility, I want you to check us and see how well you think we did in accomplishing these goals. 1, to support recruitment and retention. 2, create residential neighborhoods. 3, align planning with facility condition. 4, differentiate WMU from other universities. 5, and this is my favorite, wow. I don't know how you measure that, but it was one of our goals. We wanted wow. Use campus surroundings, serve primarily Valley residents, but this facility is going to be open to everyone. We wanted it to be seen as a social destination. We wanted to capitalize on economies of scale and focus on sustainability. We wanted this facility to be very welcoming and open to the campus community. We also wanted this facility to focus on preparing food in front of guests, and we wanted this to enhance the Valley residents' experience. And you already heard someone else say we wanted an iconic campus building. And I am here to say that I believe those goals have been met. Matter of fact, in every way, this project has exceeded expectations. The core team of individuals that I mentioned earlier, I would like to name them because they have been working at this for 8 years, and I think that deserves their names to be called out. Judy Gipper, Vernon Payne, Janice Quakenbush, Steve Palmer, Chad Steck, Nancy Meister, Brian Dubrish, and Nicole Kalmbach. Would you all join me in thanking them for their vision? Judy, would you please join me? Those of you who have the privilege of knowing and working with Judy know this woman is a dynamo. She kept telling us, lead with food. And that's what we did. If you remember, I said we started with Bistro 3. We led with food. And she was right. Because the people that have been in here and had the opportunity to eat so far have been pretty doggone excited. So I think leading with food was a good call. Students want fresh food prepared right in front of them. Judy would tell us that over and over again. Nowadays, students want and expect fresh food cooked right in front of them. Am I right? Exactly, okay. She also has been diligent about making sure we provide good, healthy, nutritious food for our students, along with the other choices we know they like as well. Beyond that, she also has made sure we have options for students who have food allergies and or sensitivities, so they too can participate in the campus dining experience. Truly, Judy has been the champion of this new facility, from the initial vision to every little detail. Please join me in thanking Judy. Judy would be the first to say she was not alone, and indeed she was not. As good as she is, she couldn't have done this by herself. Her entire dining staff have been incredibly supportive every step of the way and have been wonderful at providing input and being a part of this since day one. So they deserve to be recognized as well. Thank you to dining. Our partnership with Vice President Vanderclay runs deep and wide. Vice President Vanderclay has been the mover and shaker, not only behind the scenes, but sometimes right out front in person, to support the dining project and to ensure the pond beautification occurred simultaneously to provide the overall wow that has been achieved. Jan, thank you. And Jan Apruhan's entire facilities management team has been intimately involved in this project every step of the way. We are immensely grateful for all you have done and will continue to do to ensure the success of this facility. So a major shout out to facilities management. And as has been mentioned, I also want to express my thanks and appreciation to the Smith Group, the Baker Group, and the Chrisman Company. We have had outstanding partners who have shared their expertise and guidance along the way. To each of you, I express my heartfelt thanks. And it goes without saying, our #1 champion for our students and our university, President John M. Dunn, deserves our deepest thanks and appreciation. Has been involved in many of the details and decisions that have made today possible. So President Dunn, thank you. Judy, back over to you.
There is a popular image and slogan at Western Michigan University that says, "Consider it done." Our university president had the vision for a dining center and said it would be a game changer. I want to thank our president for his leadership and support for the Valley Dining Center, and he can consider it done. Please welcome the president of Western Michigan University, Dr. John Dunn.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's a great day to be a Bronco. It is a great day to be a Bronco. We're all gathered here to enjoy the opportunity to really celebrate this marvelous structure that's in front of you, behind me. I want to thank all of you for being here today to help celebrate this really amazing building. And it doesn't seem possible that just 14 months ago, we were all assembled for the groundbreaking of what we knew would be a game changer for this university, and most importantly, for our students. Game changer, cutting edge facility, wow factor, and home run. We've used all of those terms at various times to describe what it was that we were out to accomplish. And I believe that every one of those descriptors has proven accurate by this marvelous dining center we're here to formally open. And you're going to, in just a few minutes, have the opportunity to visit. There's an old saying about the proof being in the pudding. Well, this is clearly the most spectacular pudding we could have hoped for. And we've perfected, many people, we've perfected the recipe. I too want to thank and congratulate our partners in this endeavor, the Project Smith Group, JJR of Detroit, and Chrisman Company. What you've created is a facility that beautifully fits the setting and provides our students with a warm and welcoming environment, a place that will become their family dining room right here on campus. The input from our campus community and our staff's involvement in the small and large decisions made every day during the construction process, well, they were there. And all of that input will pay and has paid rich dividends thus far and for decades to come. That process of dividend return has already begun. To every person involved in the planning and implementation, and there are dozens of you, many of whom we've acknowledged already, I, as your president, offer my thanks for the good work. You have the gratitude of your colleagues campus-wide. And our students will certainly be grateful as well. I think I've now had 3 meals already here. I can tell you the students love it, they acknowledge it, and they're very proud of our cooks and dining services facility.